If you can't make it to your public library, there's a good chance the library can come to you.
It's a pretty cool thing. Here with a few page turners from the Effingham Public Library is Catherine Bailey. Hi, Catherine.
Hello.
As I understand it, well, we have a lot here on the table.
We do, don't we?
These things are a literacy kit.
That's right.
What does that mean?
Okay, so we're always looking at ways to get the library outside of its building, and we were kind of aware that there are often children who don't get to come to the story time at the library. And one group we identified was children that go to in-home daycares. And last year we had this daycare provider, and every week she asked if she could have this books from story time at the end of the week, and she would do story time at home with the children.
Oh, nice.
So we started thinking about that, and we were able to get a grant from Constellation Energy to provide kits. So we go out once a month. We've got 10 in-home daycares at the moment. We're expanding to 15 after Christmas. And every month we take out a kit, and it has a selection of books in it that are aimed at early literacy, and it has some kind of game as well. So Vicky will go out from our library. She does a story time with them. She reads one of the books. She introduces all the books to the children and the daycare provider, and they have a go with the game. They play a little game, and then she goes on to the next one, and they rotate the kit so that you get a different kit every month.
That is fabulous. Cool. I love that idea. So they're actual library books that stay with the kit and kind of travel around.
Right.
So it's like they get to check them out, but not check.
But they
don't have to go anywhere.
They don't have to go anywhere, because we found that some of them had issues, you know, car seats or whatever, like getting loaded up and coming to our story times. So this was our way of taking it to them.
Yeah, and introducing kids to the library, you know, at such a young age is so important.
It is. And we know that we've had feedback. We just started at the beginning of October. We've had feedback that the kids love it, and the older kids who can read are like reading some of the books to the younger kids and helping them with games, because sometimes, you know, school kids come in the evening to stay, and they're the ones that are getting involved with it as well.
You've got some other ways to take the library outside of the library, which is kind of what this kit is, but
this
there's
is
some
like,
other options.
we also, you know, we're looking at ways that we can do that for different groups. So we started having book clubs outside the library a few years ago. We had what we called Uncorked, which met at a wine club every month, which is where it got its name from. And that was very successful. So about 18 months ago, we added a non-fiction book club. It meets at Fresh Digs, which is a retail store. So after the store closes at night, they go in there. There's like a kitchen table. They all sit around it, and they discuss a non-fiction book. And then in October, we added a third one called Books and Brews, and that goes to bars, but it moves. It's like it goes on location.
I love that idea.
So we've got the wine, we've got the beer, and we've got retail therapy, right? So this is very smart marketing on your part.
Tell us about the books that have been featured.
All right, so the 100-year-old man that's at the front there, that was the first book that we chose for the Books and Brews Club. That's actually led by Jed at our library. And Jed's hope was to get a few more guys coming along, and he really wants it to be a simple read. He wants it to be a fun read. So he chose this book. Apparently they had a really interesting discussion, because some people really didn't like the character in it. This guy that kind of escapes from his old people's home, and he goes on adventures, but he's quite cantankerous. So there's a lot of people who just didn't actually like that character. The Light Between Us is the non-fiction book club, which is coming up on the 26th of November. That's the one that meets at Fresh Digs. And this is about a psychic and about the afterlife. So they kind of mix it up with some of their books. So that's that one there. And this one here, actually, this is the one book club that we still have at our library, and that's the Daytime Book Club. And this is the book that we're discussing on Thursday, and it's The $1 Million Boy. It's kind of, there's parts of it that are very enjoyable. It's all about, there's a lot of Guinness Book of Records going on in that, but it does have a very kind of sad twist to it that I don't want to reveal. There's some heartache in that book.
Now, who can take part in these? Anybody? Is it open to everyone?
Anybody, yes. And it's kind of interesting. We have different groups who are attracted to the different book clubs. So the Daytime Book Club, these tend to be ladies. They tend to check out their books from the library. When it comes to the non-fiction book club, these tend to be people that we don't see that much at the library. And they don't necessarily want to check out the book themselves. They'll actually purchase it. They'll download it onto their iPads or whatever, and they'll read the book at home. So that's a way for us to connect with people that maybe aren't using our services the way they would, people did traditionally. And then the Books and Brews, that's a mixture at the moment. We've got some of our daytime people are going to that, and then we've got a whole new group of people that are coming to that one. So.
And speaking of a whole new group, babies get to take home a book at the hospital.
That's right. That was another one we got a grant for this summer, Books for Baby. And every baby that is born at St. Anthony's Memorial Hospital in Effingham receives a book before they leave the hospital. And we're actually going to the prenatal classes as well, and we're explaining the importance of reading to your child, and we're trying to get them to do it while they're still pregnant.
Wonderful.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
All right, lots of fun things happening at the Effingham Public Library, which we'll connect you with after today's show at CILiving.tv. Coming up.